up, YouTube? It's your girl T.
And I'm Mabel.
And today we're gonna do story time.
Of how we met. Well,
Yeah.
slash got together. Says information. Basically, what had happened is that we used to live in the same dormitory.
Yeah.
And like we used to see each other every now and then, like whenever we went to the bathroom. She caught my perspective because I was like, somebody new, and yeah. And then there was, well, before we had gotten to that level of talking, basically, so I volunteered to give it out.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that they sent me to give it out on my dormitory on the second floor. And I actually didn't know that I had received one, which I did. And she also had received one of the packages. So
yeah.
I told her to come downstairs, come get it, because so yeah, I would say that was the first encounter that we had.
Yeah, like the first
alone.
like real
like
face to face, like verbal encounter that we had. And then like I'll probably say the second one was like through mutual friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it at a party?
It was through mutual friends.
Okay,
because we all basically got together to hang out. And me and her were talking more. The group started getting isolated. So me and her started talking, and I gave her my Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was scared to give me her number.
We were just talking about basically school related stuff.
Yeah, like at first we started off as friends, because when we had the second encounter, me and that person had a discussion like before we met up that day, and that's what gave me the courage to ask her for a snap.
If it wasn't that day, then it was the next the other time that we all met up, and it was snowing outside, and she slipped. That was funny.
I fell.
You slipped.
Wow. We're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I was really
we're not gonna talk about that. The snow is crazy out here. That's
right.
why.
So I go to Sony Plattsburgh.
Yeah, that's why.
That's where we're at right now. And if y'all hear noise in the background, those are my roommates.
Yeah. But so basically, of course, like I said, we was friends.
We started being friends.
We started every same thing. I mean, to you felt like...
All right. It was like talking here and there.
Right. But yeah, we was friends. Like, we was pretty much getting to know each other first and everything. Yeah. And that's how... So, after a month, the first question I asked you was, if you was interested in girls. That was the first thing I asked you. Because because I was just, I wasn't... I was sure, but I wasn't sure. So I was just, that was my way of, trying to finesse the situation. I was like, alright, so I don't know, is she interested in girls? Blah, blah, blah.
Technically, what I had said is that I dated one person that was another girl before.
Yeah, but that was after. Yeah, that was after. I was like, okay. I was like, well, are you currently talking to somebody? And
I basically curved you. I said that I don't really have time for it right now.
Yeah, so curved me OD. Nah, I wouldn't say OD, but she curved me. I got curves, y'all. It's crazy.
She kept asking me
But I asked you one time, and then that's when you curved me again.
That's right.
Yeah, because the first time because you curved me, you was like, oh, you trying to basically focus on school. So I was like, all right. I tried to be oh, I respect that or whatever. And then the second time, was like months later down the line, like as we like was getting to know each other. I was like, so like,
because I told you that I already answered your question before.
Yeah,
so like,
she hit me with
like, what's up?
She hit me with the like we talked about this before. So over, I was like, all right, she a dub. Like, I wasn't trying to like keep getting curved because I literally went a whole week without hitting her up.
And guess
she
what?
got tight.
I sent her the eyes, like, where you at?
And off that, I already knew, because I'm like, yo, I already knew she was fine. Like, we was literally talking every day, like, even just as friends, like, we was talking every day, yo, like, the whole summer, like, it was not one day that went by that we wasn't talking, so I was like, yo, so what is it? Like, is she really honestly just only trying to be my friend, or, like, is she, like, trying to fill me out and see, like, if I'm a player or whatever?
I don't want to be a player, no.
So just off of that, like, that's how I knew, like, when we didn't go a week for speaking and she hit me up, like, concerned about that, I was like, all right, yeah, like, it must be some interest there. Like, I felt like you just wanted to be friends, and I was like,
oh yeah, you did tell me something like that.
Yeah, like, I didn't know, like, if you would really care, like, to hear from me, like.
What do you mean? Even if I was trying to be a friend, at the end of the day, friends text each other every now and then. So
every now and then.
A whole week is too much.
That's true.
Thank you.
But clearly, it was something else that was bothering her. It wasn't just about the friendship. So
anyways.
It pretty much like got closer as time went on.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, and I was chilling like at the time too. Like once like after like that whole week thing after she curved me, I was just like, you know what, like I'm gonna like fill her out. I'm gonna let it flow, and I'm gonna see like if she, you know, if she make a move on me type thing.
And like we were. Like, she would ask me to go out with her to parties. And if not parties, she asked me to go out to her to go to the movies on Valentine's Day. So, you know, seeing that as I already rejected her technically, right? I'm not going to go to the movies with you on Valentine's Day. That's basically code for let's go out.
I was like...
So, of course, I'm not going to go. I ended up going with my friends.
That's what, like, it was crazy. Like, all right, even the party thing, I was like, yo, you could at least say yes to the party. Like, I'm like, we all party. Like, you could at least be like, all right, I'll meet you there.
That's why I said no. But anyways, I did. I said yes. Like,
What happened? We went on spring break. So over spring break, we were still talking or whatever. Well, you know, we were still friends, but, you know, we were still communicating. And so, I was drunk one night, so I hit her up, and I was like, no, we was already talking, but I was drunk, and I was out. I was like, oh, like, don't feel no type of way if I come on to you or whatever, or if I say something, like, because I'm drunk right now or whatever. And so, like, she was like, no, it's okay. Like, basically, like, saying, like, oh, like, I had the green light or whatever. So, but to be honest, like, I was still in my right state of mind. I just wanted to see, like, if I was to say something.
I could already tell that you was already on the right state of mind.
I just pulled that card because I was like, you know, I'm gonna see, like, if I say something and if she go with it. Like,
she stole the kiss that night.
Whoa. We not gonna go there yet. That wasn't even the night. Anyway, so when we was texting, I was like, I said something about kissing you. I was like,
you did?
Yeah. I was like, because the first thing I remember, it was one time before that, like, I was like, I had a dream about you that I kissed you. And then, like, she was, like, pretty calm about it. And I was like... I was like, oh, really? So, that is what gave me, like, the green light to bring it up again. And so I was like, I don't know. I feel like I was like, what if
you kissed me?
Yeah, I was like, what if I kissed you or something?
I was like, I mean, in the moment, it depends in the moment. So I said I would probably kiss you back. I wouldn't push you off necessarily.
And that was all you had to say. Because of the fact of the matter is, if you wasn't interested, you'd have been like, I don't know, like that would ruin our friendship, or I don't know how I would
because
feel
we
about
never really
that.
had like it wasn't necessarily a friendship, but we don't know
My
what to call
point
it.
exactly. You see what I mean? Yeah, she said it wasn't even really a friendship.
Anyways, we were, but we weren't. Like, at the end of the day, we still knew deep down inside what was up.
She knew I kept getting curved, so I was oblivious to it. But not. But I mean, I sensed it.
And I answered, and then, like, we just got close after that one summer, after we came back.
No, because that was spring break, remember? So when I came, like, it was only a week out. So when we came back, that's when I asked you out to the movies. And that's when you say yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
all right.
You want me to say it? So basically, when we got back from that spring break, like, you know, like I asked her again, like, you know, she want to go to the movies with me or whatever.
She got mad at me because I got there late, and I told her, let's walk then, because we missed the shuttle. Like, our school, they provide, like, a shuttle every 30 minutes or so, and after a certain amount of time, like, the shuttle stops running, and I don't. So we missed the last one because I was late. But
late to her first date.
Okay, but at the end of the day, we were still walking and we made it in time. We just made the wrong turn.
But it was cool though because we got to like talk and everything as we was walking. Like that's what I liked, and it was a full moon, so I was trying to blame everything on the full moon. I was like, it's because it's a full moon. So like, but nah, it was a cool night, and so like after that, that's when I hit my swindle. So, so like after the movies, like that's when we took an Uber back, right? So we took an Uber back, but it was to my dorm, because at this time we was living in separate dorms. So we took it back to my dorm. So like, she walked through my dorm with me, so I guess like, you know, make sure I got to my room safe. And so I was like, well, do you want to stay? And then like she kept laughing. So off of that, I already knew that she wanted to stay. I was like, okay.
I don't walk nobody to nobody's doors. Like, if I go to your door, I'm gonna stay, period.
Well, see, at the time, I didn't know that because I was like, you know, because, I don't know, I'm the type of person, I don't want to come on too strong, like, unless, like, I feel it's mutual. So that's why I asked you. I'm like, trust me, if I already knew, I would have been like, so, I would have opened the door, but, like, after you, like, nah. But nah, pretty much, like, that's how that happened, and, like,
after that, we were pretty close.
I mean, that was the night I stole a kiss, as she so called say.
You know what? I don't want to correct you because I don't want to put myself out on the spot. But technically, that wasn't the night you stole the kiss.
No, it was.
No, because the night where you got really drunk and you told me to come over.
Nah, it was the night that we went to the movie.
You.
Anyway, look, she can't remember.
Okay, we kissed.
Exactly, like that's the first thing that happened.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's the first.
We kissed.
That's the first physical interaction that happened.
Yeah, and then basically how we got together was I asked her. I basically asked the question, and she said yes. And she asked me if it would technically be on the same day that I had asked her, or if I prefer it to be the next day. And I was like, I'm asking you right now, so what's up?
Yeah, that's basically pretty much like how that went. But the reason it got to that too, I wouldn't say the reason, but like how it led to that is because Yeah, we was having a deep comp, like a heart to heart, and like, and then like I don't know. I think the next day, I was like, no, I was like, I can't wait to make you my girlfriend.
And then I was like,
yeah, and then she was like she just started laughing and blushing. So then that's when, like, I think a week later after that probably is when you asked me.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause
we was laying down and I was
yeah,
talking
we was
to you
chilling.
about...
No, you asked me in the computer lab.
I didn't ask in the computer lab.
Yes,
We was in your room. Trust me, we was in your room.
If it wasn't there, it was the same night, but I could have sworn it happened in the computer lab.
But trust me, I wasn't in the computer lab. I wouldn't just ask you in the computer lab.
We was alone though, cause
I'm telling you, I'm right. Period.
We gonna talk about this later, cause watch, I'm gonna refresh her memory. I mean, either way, it still went the same way. We just gotta figure out whether it was in the computer lab or my room. So, but yeah, and that's how we got together. So basically, she asked me out after curving me like 10 million times. Yo.
Anyways,
you see, abuse.
It'd
So
be
yeah,
little like this.
Yo, that's a lot.
Or like
she
this.
be lying. She be lying. That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
That is true. Anyways, that's our story time.
We've been together a year and about to be 4 months. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
So like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yes. All of that. And thank y'all for watching.
Until next time.